If you're watching this afterwards, after we post this, then we hope you're going to enjoy this. We appreciate you being here. I'm Bryan C. Dunn. I'm a hypnotherapist and a havening practitioner, as well as a coach with Cal, coachingandlife.com. And what's really cool is we've got Barrett Rutherford here with me, and she is the CEO of coachingandlife.com and apparently has monkeys in her house.
I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah, that's right.
Can we take a stop at the video and start over? I need to hear what's happening here. Just 1 second.
Well, go ahead. Just mute yourself. That'll be good. So I'm glad you're here, Barrett. And, you know, today, what we wanted to talk about were blocks to obtaining success, to obtaining what we want in life. And there are a lot of different blocks that we deal with, you know, being anxiety, traumas, fears. And it's really a fascinating dynamic because frequently we're not even aware of these blocks. They just kind of manifest. So always when I'm dealing with my clients, it's a matter of first acknowledging it, you know, being aware of it. And welcome, Sheila. I'm glad you're here. For anybody watching this afterwards, Sheila is one of our coaches with Coaching in Life. So I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you.
Hi.
So we're talking about blocks, Sheila. You know, things like anxiety and all kinds of other issues that keep us from attaining our success. And you may deal with this with a lot of your clients as well, and that is the fear of success itself.
I think that for many people today, the fear, we live in a culture with zero mistake. We live where things needs to be perfect. People, they're so used to the glimpse of success that they don't understand and see what's behind. So I'm so thankful that you're bringing this up. And I think that this 8-week step of milestones is going to be very powerful. And especially the fear of reaching the success. Thank you, Bryan. I'm going to enjoy being in on this.
Well, I'm glad you're here. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, frequently the idea of being fearful of success is very ironic. It seems silly. Why would I fear success? But there are many underlying reasons why we might fear success. You know, from our upbringing, a lot of times when we're very young, when we start to gain a modicum of success, we get slapped down. I mean, how many of you have dealt with parents or older siblings or teachers that said, yeah, don't get too big for your britches, you know, or you need to just calm down there. Don't get too excited. I know that, you know, somebody I know, their parents would say, well, this isn't your show, you know, and it was just, you know, and what that does is that plants those seeds. So when you get older, when you are attaining success, it starts to pull at you from the inside. And you kind of have the subconscious feeling that you don't deserve it. Now, when I talk about subconscious, there's a big difference between consciously feeling like you don't deserve something and then just having that underlying nagging sensation that things just aren't coming together for you, no matter how hard you try.
So could you give me an example how I would feel if my things aren't coming together? How would that show up for me?
Well, some of the symptoms might be, you know, doubting every decision you make. Doubting every decision.
How would I feel that doubt?
Well, you would question every decision you make. So when you went to make a decision, you would probably say to yourself, yeah, that's a dumb idea. That's a dumb idea. That's never going to work. You know, I'm sure somebody else has done that. You know, that's never going to happen. And you think about it, Barrett, how many times have we dealt with people, and you may have, if you're watching this as well, where they've said that to themselves. You've heard them say that to themselves. Words like should. The word should is toxic toxic. And what it does is it gives you leave to punish yourself. Should's a punishing. Well, I should have gotten a degree before I tried this business. I should have found a place to do my business. I should not do my business in my home. Whatever it is, that word should just is it's a nice bludgeoning tool to beat the crap out of ourselves. What I recommend for that is, instead of should, flip the script and just say, I need to. I need to. You know,
I love the fact that you always say one foot in front of the other. First of all, I think that it empowers you extremely because it slows you down. It tells you that it's important to take one step at a time and take a good step at a time. And I think that if I compare that to something I can relate to, my father always said, one good day plus one good day. So that meant and means to me that looking into doing well today and preparing myself for a good day tomorrow.
absolutely.
So how can hypnosis help me if I am fearful of success?
Well, that's a great question. And what hypnosis will allow you to do is have access to your subconscious, to where, number one, you can go in and kind of metaphorically flip switches, change the way that you want to perceive things, change your internal monologue. And using hypnosis and guided visualization, you can also visualize outcomes. You know, Michael Jordan, a very famous basketball player, was asked, how can you sync all of those, you know, I think it was free throws or three-pointers, I don't recall each one. And he said, well, that's because I've done it over 1,000 times in here. So he changed his paradigm. He became more confident, and he used visualization to create that reality.
So if I came to you, would you guide me through that? How would that work?
Absolutely. You know, and part of it is, it's just a dynamic of, you had mentioned, when we don't put one foot in front of the other, well, we'll get stressed, and things will get really crazy. And, you know, I wanted to backtrack a little bit when we talked about that fear of success, because frequently what happens is people will put all their chips in, like in poker. You know, it's the first hand, it's a poor hand, but they're like, oh, so they freak out. They invest everything, they make poor decisions. And then when it collapses, then they've just validated how unsuccessful they are. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So what I would do, what I recommend, and anybody can do this, and I suggest you do this before you go to bed at night, is just close your eyes, and you guys can do this with me here. Just close your eyes, unless you're driving. You're driving. Sheila, are you driving? I hope not. Okay, good. Or flying a plane. Don't do this if you're flying a plane. Or a Zeppelin. If you're flying a Zeppelin, don't do this either. And inhale relaxation. And exhale tension, and just take a couple breaths and just clear. Let it all out. Let your body relax. And then just visualize. Let's say that you have a business meeting tomorrow, that you want to, maybe it's a job interview. And I want you to imagine dressed sharp, you've got everything together. And I want you to imagine walking in and shaking hands with the person offering the interview, and the big smile on your face, and they react with a nice smile. And as you sit there, you calmly and comfortably and confidently answer all the questions in a positive, optimistic, problem-solving way. And as the interviewer starts to give you other questions, you answer them easily and comfortably. And that feels good, doesn't it? And as you imagine this, you visualize this, you picture it, you can even pretend if you need to. Start to imagine what could go wrong. What question could this interviewer ask you that may throw you a curve? Now, normally, if we think about this, this is when we might very well beat ourselves up. But here, in your mind, take another deep breath, inhale relaxation. And exhale tension. Now imagine answering that question that would have thrown you. And then the answer may be something as simple as, that's a good question. I'm not sure about that answer, but that's something I'll look into. Or perhaps you'll answer it in another clever way, using your skills and your capabilities that are innately you. And as you walk through this scenario, I want you to have the little stumbling blocks come along. Except every time they do, you're the hero of your story. So you get to solve the problems competently and confidently. That's right. Since you are the hero of your story and you get to write your story, you get to solve all the problems. Inhale relaxation. And exhale tension. And the wonderful thing is, you know that obstacles will happen. You know that there will be little trip-ups. But from this point forward, you watching this, you Barrett, you Sheila, you're a problem solver. These things don't affect you like they used to because you solve problems. You don't have to worry about what may or may not happen. You don't have to fear what happened in the past. You get to solve the problems as they're laid out in front of you. And you've solved many problems in your life and been very successful. You're here right now watching this video, which tells me you've accomplished quite a bit. You've made it this far. Many of you raised children. You've had careers. You've dealt with loss and grief, and you're here. How awesome is that? It shows a strength that we take for granted sometimes. But you are a problem solver, and you're capable, and you are competent. And so I want you to just imagine, visualize, picture, pretend your scenario, whether it be a business meeting, whether it be a parent-teacher conference, whether it be going to buy a new car. Walk through it in your mind, and then account for all the little dumb things that may happen, and solve those problems. And the wonderful thing is that when you go into the meeting the next day, there will be no surprises. And even if there is a surprise, you're going to be able to solve it because you're in that problem-solving mindset. So everybody watching this, Barrett, Sheila, from this point forward, you're problem solvers. That's how you refer to yourself. I'm a problem solver. And you'll find that when we're problem solvers, that's what we do. We don't have to worry about what may happen because we've already gone through it in our mind. And if it is a surprise, it's a wonderful challenge to us. And you have the skills, the knowledge, and the strength to deal with it. Now inhale relaxation one more time. And then feel tension. And then I want you to just start to come around and open your eyes. Feels good, doesn't it?
It's amazing.
Right. I may need to do that for your son.
I am going to need that, yes. Definitely going to need that.
That's right. And you know, one of the things, Barrett and Sheila, that a lot of the people watching this don't recognize, they don't give themselves credit for, is that they are successful. They've been successful. They've gotten through school and they've had small achievements and, like I said, children, or they've overcome illness, whatever it is. We all have had these. And I'm 48 years old. I know I look much younger, much younger. Why are you guys laughing? That's just hurtful.
You do. You look much younger.
That's a thank you. See, I had to hypnotize her for that. But, at 48, even at 20 years old, imagine surviving for 20 years. Even a 15-year-old. 15 years is a long time. Hell, I don't want to stand in the Department of Motor Vehicles for 20 minutes, right? That's a long time. Can you imagine being alive for 15 years and surviving, 20 years and surviving, 30, 40, 48? I mean, we're here. We're on our path. We're on our path. We're on our journey. And so you're just on your journey. Don't worry about the obstacles. The obstacles just take our eyes off the prize, but you got this. You got this. You got this, Barrett?
I got this. Very good.
You got this, Sheila?
Yes, I have a question about the the visualization.
Absolutely.
I had visualized one time going skating because I love to skate. And I visualized myself going out there skating the way that I wanted to skate. And I did that for about 2 months. And I went out there and I skated the way I wanted to skate. But, you know, some time went on. And then I went out there to skate again. And I didn't skate the same way.
Well,
So does that say you got to keep that visualization in bay to keep that visualization as strong as you would like for it to be, to stay?
I think so. You know, part of it, and also there's the physical aspect as well, because I got news for you. No matter how much I visualize, I'm not going to skate that well. You know, I just don't have that in me. But here's something that I also share, and that is practice makes permanent. You know, we like to say practice makes perfect, but really when we address accomplishing our goals, when you go out there and skate regularly on a regular basis, as you practice that, that becomes permanent. So it's not just all the visualization, and it's not just all going out there and practicing. We really want to tackle our issues from a holistic approach. And you found that as you got started and you were skating the way you wanted to, as you continued, that it was good. The moment you kind of slacked off, then it started to subside. You still are a good skater, I'm pretty sure, and you probably blow me away. Ice skating or roller skating? Sheila?
Sheila is here. I think that
You fell asleep on me. I bored her. Oh my gosh. But anyway, like I was saying, use, you know, the visualization kind of gets you, oh yeah, she did pop off. Use the visualization to hone and to solve the problems before they come, and then practice, and practice well.
so for our listeners for next week, what can they expect from us next week?
Oh, I think we're going to talk about homeostasis, and that deals with not the conscious fear of success, but the subconscious fear of success, and some techniques to overcome that. And as well, I teach a course called the Mental Bank, which kind of helps people get past that. But yeah, so homeostasis and kind of the subconscious aspects that keep you from attaining the success you so richly deserve, and we want you to have.
I can tell you from just being with you today on these 20 minutes, I already feel much better. I feel like I can really solve my problems. So I can tell that what you're doing, Bryan, is helping people. And I know that people can reach you and that you're there for them and you will guide them through. So if you want to reach Bryan, you can find him at coachingandlife.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find him at Sega Hypnosis.
Or sagehypnotherapy.com, Sage Hypnosis Center. That's okay. There's a language difference. And here's what I want. If you use this method, this visualization method, let me know how it's working for you. Let me know how it's working for you. I'm looking forward to it. And with the caveat that sometimes we encounter resistance. Remember, we're shifting a paradigm here, our perspective. So sometimes we get a little resistance, not every time, but don't be surprised and don't let that deter you. Just keep going. And if you want any words of support or anything, hit me up at the forums at calcoachingandlife.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. And Barrett, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. You're so wonderful. You just make me feel good.
You make me feel fantastic as well. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bryan.
All right, everybody, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching this. Hopefully we'll find Sheila. And check out coachingandlife.com for some different opportunities to learn and grow and attain your goals. At Coaching and Life, we are real people helping real people. That's what we do. So just show up and ask and take advantage of what we're offering. All right. I love everybody out there, and I will talk to you all soon. That sound good?
Yes.
All right. See ya.